Well, welcome, and today we're going to do something a little bit different here. We're going to be flying the IXEG737 and X-Plane 11 Public Beta 12. We're also going to be taking part in a new idea with SimBuddy.com and the starting a virtual airline. We're going to be helping with the beta. A friend of mine, Dion Soul, has made his virtual airline with SimBuddy, and we're going to be making a flight in that virtual airline. I'll be using my 737 Classic and with my livery for Air America Duet. So as we get the aircraft ready to fly, we'll see a little bit of what's going on here. We're going to be flying from KWJF, which is in Lancaster, California, and we're going to be flying to KMYR, which is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So it's a relatively long flight. It's basically, we're going to do a ferry flight because we have a second hub in this virtual airline that is based at Myrtle Beach. So we'll get things going here. Get our navigation systems aligned, and that will take some time. Okay, now we're not going to wait the full 7 minutes here, so we'll be moving right along, getting things going here. Get our FMC set up. And so, get the engines running. This is engine number 1, which we start second. So, like I said, I didn't want you to have to sit through the whole process because we'd be here a good long time. Okay, windshield warmers, we'll get those turned on. We'll hold off on pitos until we get headed out to the runway. Alright. Get our altitude set for pressurization. We'll be flying about 10,000 feet. So that should work. Set to flight. Got the engines running, so we can switch over to the primary generators and turn off our APU. Get our airflows going now that both engines are operating, and again turn off our APU airflow. And our auxiliary power unit is coming off. shutting it down. Got our taxi lights and lights set up. So, it won't be too much longer, we'll be moving. Flight director is turned on, the FMC is set up with our flight plan, so everything should be about ready to go. Off with the emergency brake, or parking brake I should say. And we'll start moving down the taxiway. Excuse me. It wouldn't be a bug eater video if you didn't have my normal cough. Alright, so as we start taxiing out, this is a small airport, but it has a 7,000 foot runway, so we can fly these jets in and out of here. Just about any size. And as you see, I'm making a left turn here. In my flight plan, I plugged in our takeoff runway as 24. But I have made a left turn, which will take me to runway number 6. So we can only hope that this is not an omen. Now luckily we're not using ATC today, because if I was, the guys in the tower would be having a conniption right now and talking about my heritage, my intelligence, or their lack thereof, and well, for them it would just be unpleasantries to the extreme. But since we're not using ATC, all their screaming and jumping up and down is falling on deaf ears. So I'm just going to take off from runway 6. It's not like there's a lot of air traffic anyway. And this will be a two-part video in that it took a little longer than I expected. And, well, you'll find out why in good time. So, sit back, relax, make sure you've paid your flight insurance, and have an enjoyable flight. Not a lot of scenery out here in the Lancaster area, since it's basically it's high desert. Out near central California. And unfortunately, I started this flight without my track IR, so my views will not be as fluid as normal. Here we are approaching the end of the runway. And this is the first flight I've made in public beta 12. And when I went to make this flight, normally I check after they've done a drop of a new update, I check all my flight controls and equipment settings. This time I didn't, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. We need to set the flaps to 5%. Or to 5, I should say. Everything's looking good there. Fuel's good. So, everything looks set. Auto braking's turned off, so we don't have an accident there. And let's see. Autopilot's looking good. We'll get up here. Nice gradual climb. And set our takeoff trim to about 3.6. Okay. Just about set to go here. Runway's clear. Brake is off. We can go ahead and start moving out to the runway. Brakes on. We'll double check all the systems. Make sure we're configured right. Flaps in takeoff position. Auto throttle on. Start running up to about 30%. Brake off. Start rolling. Hit toga. Looking good here. We've got airspeed. And rotate. And okay. Throttles are coming down. Okay, that's bad. And now only one throttle's going up. Okay. Well, at least we get to see the scenery as we skip like a stone across the ground. See if we can save this thing. And we got some houses coming up. We're going to try and skip over them. Yep, we got above them. Up. Hello, tree. Street light. More street lights. And we're settling back to the ground. This all in all has not started out as a good flight. Yep. This is why I like my track IR. I can look down and I can see exactly what's going on. Now I've got to reconfigure the throttles. Firewall them. There we go. Gear up. Now that we got some altitude. And we've done some damage to the right wing. Flaps are not coming up. Yep. And we're losing engine power. And uncontrollable bank to the left. Roll over. And this is going to leave a mark. Yep. That's gotta hurt. So, let's review. Here's our takeoff roll. Looking pretty good there, but not knowing that the throttles were not working together, we did not have the airspeed for the lift. At this point, I drag the right wing tip, which causes the damage, and as you can see, when we look at it a little bit, you'll see something coming off the wing. Now, whether that was, I punctured a fuel tank and that was fuel, don't know. If that was fuel, we got over the top of the houses though. And we took out a tree and did all kinds. And there's a light pole, another light pole. But it looks good doing it. But it probably emptied out the right wing fuel tank, and with that right wing being so light, with the left full, it's part of what probably caused us to take that eventual hard bank to the left. Alright, here we go. Get the gear up. Try starting to clean up the airplane. See if we can save this situation, which of course we know by now I wasn't able to. And if you look at the right wing, you can see the vapors coming off in two locations. So. Don't know what it is, but my guess would be fuel. And we have touchdown. So, thanks for watching my epic crash. Part 2, the second part of the video, will be coming here shortly. Just a note to self, I must remember to have safe flying. Y'all take care.